It was meant to be a quiet, simple getaway. A father and son, flying from gray-skied England to the sun-soaked coast of southern Spain. They had no known enemies, no reason to fear for their safety. They had return tickets. They packed light. But after April 1st, 2019, no one ever heard from them again. This is the baffling story of Daniel and Liam Poole, two British citizens who vanished without a trace during a short holiday in Málaga. Despite years of international cooperation, media coverage, and desperate appeals from their family, their case remains unsolved. Was it a random act of violence? A calculated disappearance? Or something more sinister hiding beneath the surface of paradise? On March 31st, 2019, Daniel Poole, 46, and his son Liam, 22, boarded a flight from Gatwick Airport to Málaga, Spain. They arrived later that day. The pair checked into a holiday apartment in Mijas, a resort town nestled in the hills above the Costa del Sol. It was a popular spot for British tourists and expats alike, safe, comfortable, familiar. Daniel Poole was a mechanic and a father of 6, described by friends as down-to-earth, chatty, and hardworking. He had experience traveling and often took short trips to Spain. Liam Poole was quieter, a respectful young man who lived with his mother. He was into gaming, working a regular job, and rarely traveled abroad. Nothing seemed out of place. The next day, April 1st, 2019, they picked up a gray Peugeot 308 from a car rental company at the airport. That vehicle, rented in Daniel's name, was never recovered. Phone data showed Daniel's mobile phone was active until mid-morning that day. The last signal was picked up near Estepona, around 40 kilometers from where they were staying. Liam's phone, meanwhile, was turned off earlier or lost signal. No clear record remains. They made no calls, no bank withdrawals, and no more messages were sent to loved ones. Their rental apartment was later inspected. Their belongings were still inside. Clothes, luggage, Liam's shoes by the door. It didn't look like they had packed to leave. They were simply gone. Back home in the UK, Daniel's partner grew worried. He usually checked in. A day passed. Then 2. They missed their scheduled return flight. On April 3rd, she contacted Sussex police. A missing persons report was filed. Spanish authorities were alerted. Very quickly, this was treated as more than a simple lost contact case. Operation Pheasant was launched, a joint investigation involving Sussex police and Spain's Guardia Civil. But as days turned to weeks, the case deepened, with more questions than answers. Early press coverage focused on Daniel and Liam as ordinary British tourists. But behind the scenes, investigators considered all possibilities. Soon, unverified rumors began to surface. Anonymous sources suggested Daniel may have previously known individuals linked to low-level criminal activity. It was speculated, though, never confirmed, that the trip may have involved more than just sun and sightseeing. Could they have been involved in a drug-related deal? Or were they targeted by someone they unknowingly crossed? The Costa del Sol, with its scenic beaches and luxury villas, is also known to law enforcement as a corridor for organized crime. British, Dutch, Moroccan, Albanian, and Spanish gangs have long operated there. Deals are done quietly. Mistakes are paid for violently. But again, there is no hard evidence linking Daniel or Liam to this world. And Liam, by all accounts, was a regular young man with no criminal background. So the question remains, were they targeted? Or were they simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? The Poole family's pain only grew with each passing day. Daniel's sister, Lisa, pleaded with the public. They wouldn't have just vanished. Somebody knows something. We just want them back, dead or alive. Liam's mother, devastated, has remained mostly private. His siblings and extended family have continued to share posters, videos, and updates on social media, hoping to keep the case alive. Birthdays, anniversaries, and Christmases have come and gone. No answers. No closure. Over the next year, police received over 100 tips related to the case. Most led nowhere. In 2020, a burnout vehicle matching the model of their rental car was discovered in a rural area. Forensic analysis revealed it wasn't the same car. Another report described 2 unidentified bodies found inland near Alhoran El Grande. but dental records ruled them out. A mysterious anonymous caller claimed to have seen the Pooles at a bar in Marbella just days after their disappearance. But CCTV footage showed nothing. Years later, not a single piece of physical evidence has emerged. No confirmed sightings. No remains. It's as if they vanished into thin air. Investigators have floated several possible explanations. Drug deal gone wrong. That Daniel was involved in a financial or criminal exchange that turned deadly. Mistaken identity. That they were wrongly targeted by a group who believed they were someone else. Witnessed something, that they stumbled onto a scene they weren't supposed to see and were silenced. Voluntary disappearance. Highly unlikely. No financial preparation, no fake IDs, no reason to flee. Kidnapping for ransom. Unlikely, as no ransom demand were ever made. Human trafficking or forced detention. While rare for adult males, it hasn't been ruled out entirely. Yet, no theory has ever been supported by solid evidence. It's a case stuck in limbo. No crime scene, no suspects, no closure. As of 2024, the case remains officially open. Operation Pheasant continues, but there have been no major updates released to the public. Interpol lists Daniel and Liam Poole as long-term missing persons. Spain's national police have kept their files active but cite a lack of new leads. Meanwhile, the Poole family still waits, still hopes, still wonders. If you were in the Málaga or Estepona area in early April 2019, and you remember anything, no matter how small, you could help solve this case. Did you see a gray Peugeot 308 with British occupants? Did you hear anything unusual around Mijas, Estepona, or along the A7 coastal road? Even 5 years later, it's not too late. In a place filled with sunshine, they vanished in the shadows. This is not just a mystery. It's a family's worst nightmare. And someone out there still holds the truth.